Brian, how's the weather down in SoFlo? Well, Brian's in the meta. Brian.
Greg.
Brian.
Where are you?
I'm right here, buddy, on the Late Night Poddy.
Oh, there you are.
Can you get up my face? I'm on potty.
I need legendary beginnings.
And I want to introduce...
He's in the boiler room.
We're going to see. We're always surprised to see who's joining on the Late Night Pod. Wow, it's a pleasure. It's a Josh Stigavelli over here. Look at you, traveling still, on the move, on the go, tuning into the Late Night Poddy. We appreciate it. Josh, how you been, man?
Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. You know, got to do it for the culture.
Greg, I don't think people understand how important the potty is. This guy is driving right now on the potty. This is how important this potty is. Wow.
I do it all, man. If I was on the plane, I'd be on the potty too.
Usually we sit on the potty, but Josh, while we have you, our NFL insider, Josh, for people who don't know, former college football player, brilliant mind. We had a great weekend. What's your initial feedback, NFC Niners versus Eagles matchup?
Oh, terrible, man. Terrible. Eagles look like the real deal, though. Definitely took the 49ers. I took San Fran. Big disappointment. But again, if the quarterback doesn't get hurt, a different game. The backup quarterback couldn't produce. The defense stays on the field. Defense gets tired.
That's a great point.
Makes them more vulnerable to get these points put on their head. Let's see if Patrick Mahomes is as good as they say he is, and he takes this one through. If he beats a Philly team like this, man, he definitely goes down as a great quarterback.
That's a great point.
Yo, that was great input right there.
Bro, listen.
Bro, yo, I was surprised. I was in Delray yesterday, and there's so many Eagles fans in Delray, Florida. Unbelievable. The whole block of Atlantic Avenue was filled with Eagles fans yelling out their cars, just going nuts. I just want to shout out real quick two of my teammates from Philly. I'll shout them out real quick. From two of my teammates from Hofstra. Wanye Green and Amin Tanks, those are my boys. Just want to shout y'all out real quick. I know you guys are hyped right now.
Yes, sir, Philly, and for a good reason. This is a perfect time to segue into our next guest here on the Late Night Poddy, and he's joining He's joining the set here live on Late Nights on the Poddy. Mando,
there he is.
Yes, sir.
Wow, where is he right now? Oh, is that
I'm in the Bay Area.
You're in the Bay right now?
Well, my first question for you, Mando, being in New York.
Oh, he's going to the bridge.
Did you have to pay a toll for that?
I had to let the dogs in.
So, Mando, my first question for you, being one of our RBC Network original sports analysts, so much more. We're so happy to have Mando on the show. Seeing the Empire State Building, being a New Yorker, light up green for Philly. I know you're not a Giants guy in particular, but they beat the brakes off the Giants. What were your initial thoughts on the Empire State Building, having to cover their back a little bit, turn it red for the Chiefs? Do you have any insight on why that happened?
Well, at first, when I seen that, I was a little perplexed that in New York town, repping Philly green just didn't sit right with me. Reached out to a couple people I know, and I was informed that it was done in pre-advance, regardless of what team was in. If you look up on the Empire State Building, they have a set schedule where they change it to certain colors for certain events or certain things that they're honoring. And Sunday yesterday was the NFC winner and the AFC winner, regardless of what team it was. Just unfortunately happened to be Philly.
What is this? This is too nice. We're being too nice now. This is unlike us.
I understand it got 40 million hits on Twitter. That could have played a factor in their decision-making. What do they call it, the kids? Clout chasing. Is that a factor?
Well, it got people talking.
They got you talking, Greg.
And thousands of others.
Dave Portnoy kind of came at the Empire State Building Twitter account. How do you have beef with a building?
For someone that's a multi-hundred millionaire, you'd think he'd be educated and have to do his due diligence or have someone do the due diligence. I also seen him put out a tweet talking about that that he's won 6 Super Bowls and been to 11. Coming at Bengal fans, I checked every roster. I didn't see him on one. And I fuck with Portnoy.
I mean, it was an awesome sports weekend. We can dive into the NBA in a little bit, but let's stay on the NFL here. Your feedback when Philly, beat the Niners. I understand the quarterback. We had our other NFL, insider Josh here a moment ago, who had the Niners. Give us your thoughts about that game.
Unfortunately, as a Cowboy fan, I still had Philly taking it, regardless that Brock got hurt. Too much messing with Rocky. Team's never successful after that. And you got a team with a rookie guy who's never been in a hostile environment like that, hasn't even played a complete full season in the NFL, and you're asking him with a tall task. Even if he didn't go down, I didn't see the Niners coming out in that game. I think Philly dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, especially running the ball. I mean, there was that one play early in the game on 4th down where obviously it wasn't a catch, and the Niners or the NFL that could have made a challenge or whatever. But when you see a guy act like that he's rushing to the line of scrimmage, you would think that he wasn't confident that he caught the ball. So Shanahan should have threw the flag there. Most likely Purdy doesn't get hurt, but I still think the Eagles would have came away with that game. I had the Chiefs winning, but I did want the Bengals to win. I am a Joe Burrow guy. And it's tough to say that one play at the end of the game where they did that, but there's so many other plays that have to be made or stops that have to be made. So it's easy to just point the finger at 58, but there were a handful of other plays that could have been made and stopped that.
While we got you here, give us your Super Bowl prediction today. I know it's 2 weeks away, but what do your guts say on a Monday, January the 30th?
Man,
I'm liking Philly a lot.
I'm going with your pick. I'm gonna put my first bet down.
Me personally, even though I'm a Cowboy fan, I still think the Eagles take it. They're reminding everyone why they're the best team in the league. And I put out a tweet a few weeks ago that it was an interesting situation that's going on in the league where you have the best quarterbacks on the AFC versus the best teams in the NFC. Regardless of what team came out, the NFC had the better overall team, and the AFC would have the better overall quarterback. I think it's their game to lose. I don't know how the Chiefs are going to stop that running attack. They just hung 31 points on the best defense in the league, and the Chiefs aren't even close to the Niners D.
But it says a lot about you putting your pride to the side, being a Dallas fan, and still having the Eagles because your brain says one thing, and I respect them. We got your prediction. We have the Kelsey family,
The Kelsey Bowl.
We're going to have the Kelsey Bowl, who's going to have a player on the Eagles, a player on the Chiefs, and the mom, Donna. You can't lose if you're the mom. So that's going to be cool to see. And what did Travis Kelce say? Is he from Cincinnati? He said something about the Cincinnati mayor. He had some choice words for the Cincinnati mayor, Brian.
From Ohio, and he went to the University of Cincy.
But told the mayor to, stay in his lane a little bit.
The jabroni.
I love.
Wait, what did he say exactly, Greg?
We'll play the clip right now.
Hey, I got some wise words for that Cincinnati mayor. Know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni.
It's so interesting in today's generation. Like, I thought they overstepped the Bengals. I thought Eli Apple was doing too much on social media. You got to focus a little bit. I love it. I'm a guy who loves it. I love it. But when you're talking a little too much, calling it Arrowhead prematurely, you got to think Arrowhead is pissed. They're going to come in there and make a lot of noise. That's what happened. They started loud, and it continued to be loud in there, even when Joey Burr tied the game at 20, and then got the ball back. And I saw the Chiefs plus 140. Let's stay on the theme of the refs, because on Saturday, January the 28th, something happened in the Lakers versus Celtics game that I hate to play this, but we're gonna show what happened to one of my favorite players.
LeBron is the greatest of all time, and he's having his best season ever this year. It shows you how much he wants to win it, and also how important each game is now that they're still under 500. He knows he wants to make the playoffs. So, he's having one of his best seasons ever at 38 years old. He wants to make the playoffs.
We understand they missed the call. But we understand they missed the call.
But I mean, that was pretty bad, though. The ref was right there underneath the hoop. Like, how do you miss that?
I believe that ref also has 36 something wins and 2 losses when he's doing Celtic games. So maybe he's a Celtic fan.
Listen, that might be a reason why. Listen, there's a problem with refs in the past, and there could be in the future like this still happening. I think refs should be fined.
They got to be held accountable.
Something, they need something, right? Like something needs to happen.
Patrick Beverley had the best technical foul, in my opinion, ever. I'm a coach.
Yeah.
I'm a former player. I don't encourage getting technical fouls, but legendary. Look what he did.
He was actually going at it with Kyrie before.
I love that.
Where did the camera come from?
Whose camera was that?
I don't even know. It's not like he even had a video camera. He had like a still Canon camera.
Brian, you housed that glass of wine.
This is a good
Need a
stuff.
wine sponsorship.
I got this from the melting pot.
Nice. Very nice. Yo, I don't even know if I want to talk about this, but Jordan's son is with Scottie Pippen's wife.
Oh, bro. I just saw that. I saw that too.
I hate that.
It's not even like it's low, like it's just out and about.
I don't know, man. Love works in mysterious ways.
I feel like the son is trying to get at MJ a little bit. I think he's trying to like start some issues. MJ is a terrible father. So
Whoa.
I don't know how he knows.
Too.
LeBron is the greatest father ever.
Speaking of parenting, you heard like what it's like for these coaches to get in touch with Bronny?
Bro, he's going to Ohio State.
I feel like he'd rather be on the West Coast because his whole family's out there. Maybe like a USC, UCLA.
I mean, he is involved in a lot of like social media stuff and like, you know, those other podcasts and gaming and shit like that. So it's not just basketball.
Yeah, like I feel like if he goes to Ohio, I mean, I don't know, maybe he could go by himself, but I see him staying somewhere on the West Coast. I also have a bold prediction. Tom Brady will be the quarterback of the 49ers next season.
Ooh.
3 predictions. That's mucho, Mando.
So Miami's out of the.
Oh yeah,
That's a possibility,
Yeah,
but I think that Niner team will be ready to go with him on that team.
He wants to go somewhere they'll win.
And that's his childhood team. He was at the stadium earlier this year taking pictures like he was a fan.
What about Aaron Rodgers? Give us 4 predictions tonight.
A lot of people are thinking the Jets. That's what a lot of people are speculating, especially that they got his old offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett.
Wow.
Where he won back-to-back MVPs, and the Jets got the money to spend around him. They're not paying everyone on young deals, so they could go get Rodgers if they wanted to.
Hold on, I got a call in coming quick. To finish up here with 5 minutes left on the potty, we like to finish up our last segment, which is called The Last Wipe. It always gets a laugh. It always gets a laugh, bro. We got 2 minutes here.
Last 2 minutes? Who is it?
What?
So for our last guest with literally 2 minutes on the clock here, they don't have a video, but they're calling into RBC Radio here. Welcome on the Late Night Poddy. Lava.
Testing. You hear me?
Oh, we hear you.
The kids here. How we doing?
How
No visual, but got the audio. How we doing? Savages, champs. You know what we do.
Wow.
You called in. That's what matters. Tell us what's on your mind today, man.
I mean, LeBron clearly fouled. Needs more respect. The man's about to be the all-time leading scorer. Respect the man. And number 2, are the Eagles this good or are they getting lucky? Got a 4th-string quarterback.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, listen, bro. They played against a 4th-string quarterback who hasn't played in 3 years. He looked gosh awful. Wasn't ready. Had no game plan. Couldn't even catch a snap.
But he put 31 points on the best defense in the league.
I mean, I'm not talking about Jalen Hurts, brother. I'm talking about Josh Johnson.
You could tell he's a Giants fan.
I mean, listen. I knew the Eagles were going to win because the 49ers, I knew they weren't about it. But I did want the 49ers to win. Please. Brock Purdy.
Give us your Super Bowl. Give us your Super Bowl prediction right now. Less than 30 seconds.
Chiefs 31-17.
Wow. What a spontaneous caller. You never know who you're going to get falling into the RBC Radio on the Late Night Poddy, brought to you by the RBC Network. But Mando, it's really been a pleasure. We know we're going to see Mando Madness more, but it's only Monday, January 30th. Make sure you guys are tuned in to see what Mando Madness has in store for
Mando
us.
Mondays. Mando Mondays.
Mando Madness Mondays.
We're here Monday through Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Late Nights on the Potty, brought to you only on the RBC Network. I'll see you guys soon. Make sure you guys are tuned in tomorrow night.
Where the party at? Where the party at? Where the party at? You know I can't forget to wash my hands.
Action. Can you get up my face? I'm on the potty.